Wow, wow, wow. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another glorious day here on the hilltop. I'm still here, you guys. Every day it gets better and better for me, and I will never stop introducing myself because I never assume that people know who I am. I'm Damon Evans, and I have the honor and privilege to serve as the Director of Athletics here at SMU. I am so excited to see all of you out here today, to welcome you to what is going to be another day in the history of our great athletics program. We're going to look back and think about this day when our program in women's basketball changed forever. And I'm so happy that we're going to get to introduce you to someone that we believe is truly, truly outstanding. But before I do that, I always think it's important to acknowledge individuals that are so important to this institution. First and foremost, everyone in this room is important to this institution. But we have two of our trustees here, one who served on the search committee and still likes me to this day, Gene Phillips. I want to welcome Gene Phillips. I also want to acknowledge Paul Rasmussen, who serves as the team chaplain for our basketball program, as well as a trustee. Paul. But there are a lot of people to mention, so if I don't mention you, don't think that I don't care about you, because we do. But I also want to acknowledge a young man who dresses so impeccably, who just joined us, happens to be the significant other for this young lady here. I want to introduce you to Adia's husband, Salvo. I should mention, unfortunately, they have two beautiful children that could not be with us here today, Mateo and Capri. We cannot wait to meet them. We hear that they're balls of fire, and we're going to have a good time getting to know them as well. But I also want to thank all of our coaches, both head coaches and assistant coaches that are in attendance today. You guys help drive this engine that we have, and I want to make sure you know how much we appreciate what you do. And also, I want to finally acknowledge the most important aspect of our athletics program, our student athletes who are in attendance. It's because of you that we all stand here today and have an incredible opportunity to serve you, to help you grow and develop, and to go out there and win championships and make us all so very proud. So to our student athletes, thank you for being here today. And so now I get to introduce a gentleman that I've known for many, many years at my time in this previous conference. I don't like to mention the name of previous places, but I've followed this gentleman. He was a president, I think, at age 38. And you know, you talk about breaking barriers and doing amazing things and accomplishing so much. He has been at our great institution serving in this leadership role for 30 years. I don't know if you know how many presidents in the country have served one institution for 30 years, but I bet you there's not another that's done what he's done for this institution. He's a transformational leader. Please welcome our president, our leader, Dr. Gerald Turner.
Thank you, Damon, and thank all of you that are here to help celebrate this important event on our campus. One of the things that we've really tried to do since we've gotten in the ACC is to make sure that all of our, not only our athletic places, venues, but also our teams are ACC ready. And I think we're announcing today how we're going to get there. We certainly, with the men's basketball program, with the change that occurred there, we ended up 23-11, which is a pretty good record for the first time. I got that right this time, didn't I, Coach? 24-11. 24-11. I said 23-11 before, and he said it was actually 24. And so I knocked one off again. But of all the years that we've mentioned there that in 30 years, it's gone by incredibly quickly because we're having a good time, enjoyed every bit of it, working with all of you, and there are a lot of opportunities to say that. Damon mentioned that we'd known each other a very long time, and we really have, about 40 years, but nevertheless, the times that we've been together were generally around sports, and I think one other guy, if we're going to go back that far, I've got to make sure and mention my man Rob Evans that's here. So. If you want to know about him, just go to YouTube and watch Paving the Way. It's a great video on his career. We're celebrating today, though, Adia Barnes. I think all of us were delighted when we heard the news, and I was told when Damon called me that of those that he had interviewed, the person that he was most interested in was Adia Barnes, and we just needed to wrap her up. And so the whole idea was to move as quickly as possible, even though it was a weekend. Paul Ward, our attorney, is used to working on weekends and holidays and everything else. So as a result, we got it worked out, because anyone with her record and the history that she's had in basketball is somebody that is ACC ready. And so we're delighted to have her and her family here with us. It'll be great to have the opportunity to watch her teams play. And I told that Jay Hartzell, he and I talk about every day, and he said, well, make sure she understands I'm a regret that I couldn't be there today, but that Kara, his wife, played basketball, and that Gail and I have always been interested in it, and there will be no drop-off, I can assure you, and that interest from the President's office. So as a result, I don't want to take up any more time about, in general, her recruitment, because I wanted to make sure that Damon has the opportunity to really tell us about her before introducing her. So bring back your AD, Damon Evans.
Thank you so much, President Turner. There's another gentleman that I want to acknowledge, because when you are trying to search for a coach and then you need to go pick him up, you want to go pick him up in style. And so this gentleman was kind enough to let us utilize his plane. Please recognize Matt Fleer. Thank you, Matt. So now let's get to why we are here today. When I think about SMU and this opportunity that we have, there's something that continues to come to my mind, and that's to think big and be bold. And that's what we will do here. We will think big and we will be bold. And that's what we did when we went out to search for our next women's basketball coach. The thing that I've noticed each and every day is the momentum that this university and this athletics department continues to gain. And when I think about momentum, consistency is the key to not only achieving momentum, but to maintaining it. And we're doing that here at SMU. Our commitment to women's basketball will be unparalleled. I believe that we can be one of the premier women's basketball programs in the country. But in order to do that, it takes unbelievable leadership. See, I believe that the starting point for greatness is desire. The desire to succeed, to help others, and to keep going no matter what. That's what Adia Barnes embodies. She embodies that desire, that fire. So when you ask what were we looking for in a leader, we were looking for someone who had a passion for helping young people grow and develop, for someone who understood the role of athletics within the greater institution, someone who wanted to develop young people, someone who wanted to win, but at the end of the day, someone who would represent our great institution in the utmost manner. So when you talk about the search process and what we are looking for, and there's another individual I want to acknowledge, my partner in crime throughout all of this. We've known each other for years, but we really were in it. And where's Don Rogers? Don, where are you? Let's give Don a round of applause. See, I'm not sure that Adia would have come if it wasn't for Dawn, because I'm not so sure she was impressed with me. But when Dawn started speaking, she kind of closed the deal for us. So let me talk about Miss Barnes. Let me tell you a little bit about her playing career. See, she was an outstanding student athlete at Arizona. And when I say outstanding, you guys, she's one of the best that they've ever had. I think she played at Arizona from 94 to 98. And she came in at 5 feet 11. I think she's still that height today because she hasn't got old enough to start shrinking like me. But at 5 foot 11, many would have thought she couldn't play in the post. This is who they compare her to. None other than Charles Barkley. Because of her physical attributes, her ability to lock down and defend someone, and her tenacity. What did that lead to during her playing career? At the time, it was called the Pac-10, and she was the Pac-10 Freshman of the Year. But it doesn't stop there. During her playing career, she led Arizona to their first NCAA tournament appearance. And then you know what she said? I'm going to walk out this door leaving this program in good shape with 22 records to carry with me. But she wasn't done. She embarked upon a 12-year professional career, 7 years in the WNBA and 5 years overseas. She has simply had an incredible year. And incredible coaching record, but more importantly, an incredible playing record. And when you're looking for someone to lead young women, I hate it when people say or tell you they know how it is and they've never done it. Well, Adia Barnes has done it. So let's transition to coaching a little bit. Her coaching record is impeccable. Her coaching acumen is terrific. Adia served as head coach at her alma mater, Arizona, for 9 years. And all she did in those 9 years was have 5 20-win seasons, 6 postseason appearances. Oh yeah, she made it to that thing called the national championship game that I think there's only 10 coaches in the country right now that have ever done that. Unfortunately, she will tell you it was a tough defeat, 54 to 53. I can only imagine. But she's been to the proverbial hilltop. Now she's on the right hilltop. And I know she's going to take us back where we all want to go. I know this about Adia. We can talk about her being a finalist for WBCA Coach of the Year, Naismith Coach of the Year. She is a program builder. She drives attendance. You know what she said to me? Because I expect all of you to be there. Damon, we can fill this place up. Because if you go look at her track record, their average attendance was 8,000 to 9,000 people at Arizona. She will do that here. But I'm going to end by saying this about Adia Barnes. She's simply an incredible individual, someone you will enjoy getting to know, someone you will be proud that is leading this program. And now it is my distinct pleasure to introduce the lady in red, our new head women's basketball coach, Adia Barnes.
Guys, thank you so much. You know, you guys must have called someone to know that I love balloons and arches because this is how I do recruiting, but thank you. This has been just amazing. So beautiful, so welcome. I'm honored and blessed to be here today. So first of all, I'd like to say I'm so excited, and I love the view from the hilltop so far. It's not a huge hill, but it's a perfect hill. So I love that so far. Thank you for making me a part of this wonderful university. I feel so special, so I just really sincerely thank you. First of all, thank you, Dr. Turner. Thank you for all that you've done here, and being a part of what you created at SMU is just incredible, so thank you. And I know that you're a basketball fan, so I guarantee you'll have the best seats in the house for the rest. And if you're bored, I know you're going to go into retirement, so if you're bored, you're welcome to come anytime and join us. Okay, you're welcome. Also, thank you to Dr. Hartzell. Thank you for choosing me and letting me lead this university. I think it's a great opportunity, but it was the easy choice for me, so thank you also. And you know, every president and every AD has a Rolodex, right? But so do we as coaches. Okay, so we always think, what's the kind of AD we would work for? What's the kind of AD we would want? And for me, I've watched Damon Evans from afar. I've watched what he did at Georgia. I watched what he did in Maryland. And something really stuck out to me. He did it big all the time. He wasn't afraid. He thought outside the box. And I heard that in Texas, you like to do it big. Things are bigger in Texas, right? Okay, so you guys went really big. But I watched him from afar, and what stood out was that he supported women. He supported women's sports. And if you look right now across the country, that's not happening. It's a bold thing. It's important. It's growing, and it matters. It matters in the community. It matters for so many different reasons, and a lot of ADs aren't doing that right now. He was bold. He did it big, and I am just so blessed to work for him. I can't wait to start this journey with him, and I think this era of SMU athletics is going to be incredible. So thank you very much for this opportunity. The next person I'd really like to thank you is Dawn Rogers. She has been great through this process, has made me feel, it didn't feel like a grueling interview process. It was exciting. And talking to her and just seeing what she's done. We have so many mutual friends, and I've followed her career too. And just to have someone like her to help guide me is just really important. I had someone like that at my former school. I'm not going to say the name, but it really helps to have someone who's bold, understands it, understands the institution, and she's pretty kick-ass. So I can't wait to work alongside her. So the next person I want to thank is my husband. He is my partner in crime, and this is what we say. We say, you're the boss at home, and I'm the boss at work. And he says that's not true. It's not really that true, but that's what we like to say to make it sound good. He's also on my staff, and I always say, I was a good recruiter. I brought him from Italy, and you know Italians don't like to leave Italy. So, but he's the perfect balance for me. We're so different. We have such different basketball minds, but we have great synergy, and we work really well together. And what I respect about him is that he's never not allowed me to chase my dreams. Whether it's USA basketball during COVID, and I have to leave for a month, or it's USA basketball this summer, I have to leave him with the 2 kids. It's hard, and he never tells me don't do it. He always tells me go ahead. I'm saying, hey, we're moving to Texas. He's like, heck yeah. He's got it. He learned how to tip his hat today, so he's all for it. No, but he's always allowed me to chase my dreams and do it big, and it's really important to have a partner and a best friend by your side, and a damn good coach. So that's really important. So anyways, and the other thing, so my 2 kids, okay, if we were here in this room, I was scared to bring them. They're the best kids ever, but a 4-year-old, a 9-year-old with balloons in the back right now, so I was like, we're gonna leave them at home, but I'm gonna tell you, you guys just inherited the best ball boy. He cleans the floors fast, he's going to yell at the refs, and we're gonna have to tell him to be quiet, but the best ball boy. And then I have a 4-year-old, so if she walks around the arena in a long dress, I did not dress her. Salvo probably did, but 2 kids, and I'm just happy to move them to an incredible city like this, at an incredible university that's really intimate, and just a wonderful place to raise your family. So I'm really, really happy for that. My staff, so we're all coming. So my staff from Salvo Copa to Anthony Turner to Kamika Williams and Beth Shelby, I have an incredible staff. And for us, there's so many moving parts as a head coach. There's a lot. Now we're GMs, we're head coaches, we're wearing a lot of hats right now with the way basketball is, and you have to have good people behind you, and that's really important. And good people, faith-based people, family people that really understand, and they're relationship people. So that's important for me. I'm a relationship person, so I hope I get to meet everybody in this room, and I'm not just saying that because I'm up here, but relationships matter to me, and that's the reasons I loved about Damon. I felt synergy from the beginning. So when you have that and you have a good group behind you, you can do a lot of amazing things. So we're going to do some amazing things here. So I'm excited to get it started. Now the next thing, so I don't forget anybody. I guess I'm probably forgetting some people, but that's okay. As far as basketball, I think that, basketball, we're going to develop players. We're going to recruit. And the great thing about this city here is you can recruit in your backyard. You know how fun that's going to be? I had to travel across the country usually to recruit. But recruit in your backyard to an amazing university, a prestigious degree, and an amazing, vibrant city. So this place has all the tools for tremendous success. So I'm just excited to build it. You know, I've done that before, to do it again. We talk about the fan base. It doesn't just come, but it goes back to relationships. You go in the community. You get people to want to love and buy into your program. That's what we're going to do here. We're going to be relentless workers, and we're going to, and most importantly, I think, is to do the things the right way. So we're going to be high achieving academic, and we're going to do things, you know, on the court. So I think that's important, off the court and on the court, in the community, and building that bridge, which I know we're capable of doing here. So I'm so excited. I can't wait for this. So we're going to hit the ground running. I can't wait for us to start. Thank you for the opportunity again. Thank you for coming here today. And it's going to be an amazing jersey. It's going to be an amazing journey. Okay? Pony up.
At this time, Coach Barnes will take questions from some members of the media in attendance. We will start with Leah. If you could just identify yourself and the media outlet that you're covering for.
Hi, Leah Simakopoulos, Dallas Morning News. Welcome to Dallas.
Thank you.
So a lot has changed here at SMU in the last year, and that's come with a lot of big-time hires, many of which are in this room, including yourself.
Thank you.
From your perspective, what does that say about the commitment to athletics at SMU, and how did that factor into your decision to come here?
It says a lot. I think this first comes from the commitment from the president and having the support and going out and being bold and hiring someone like Damon Evans. And I think the second thing is what he believes and his vision, because he's not going to go out and make changes if he doesn't care, and he's not going to go out and hire the right people if he doesn't care. So I think that being bold in that and getting the right people, and I think we all want to win, but making sure it's the right people to win with. And I think you can see it here. I think if you look at SMU, it's a gold mine, and it has the potential to be incredible. And there's nothing here that it doesn't have. With the right people, the right resources, I think the sky's the limit. So I'm happy to be a part of it.
Coach Barnes, John Little, News Radio 1080 KRLD and ESPN Plus here for SMU. Obviously, big-time player movement, that is something that is happening right now all across college sports, but, you know, women's basketball, and you've seen some really big movement in the last few days. What does it take in this day and age to attract that top-level player to your program when they have, you know, so many tremendous options?
I think the first thing, the landscape of women's basketball and men's basketball has really changed, or just athletics has changed. You need to have resources. And I think that that's not the main thing, but that is a huge thing, because years ago is totally relational. You could recruit a kid since 8th grade, keep them for 4 years. Now it's turnover a lot faster because of that. And you can go in the portal, you don't have to sit out, you can just move whenever you want. So I think the funds to do it, the support to do it, and things like Dallas, it's a great city. So you'll get a lot of kids on the return. So someone, let's say, left Dallas, went to USC or something, like I met a whole bunch of players on the volleyball team, and then you come back because you want to go back home for your last year, and you can do it to a good program. So a lot of players like that, but I think when there's change, there's opportunity. So I think before it took a lot longer to build a top program. I think now you can build a program fast. An example of that is schools close to here. So I think that resources, a great city, a great degree, I think when you have those tools, you can build something special, because most places around the country have one or the other. You have a great degree maybe in a bad city, or the program's not as good in a great city. So I think when you have all those things, that's why this place will be so attractive. I mean, we signed like 9 players in 2 days, so that was pretty good. I was pretty happy. We're still rolling. Got about 4 more to sign. So.
Welcome, Coach. Billy Embody with PonyFans.com. You mentioned the role that you guys are on right off the bat with recruiting. Jazzy Gibson is a local player.
Yeah, I couldn't say her name, but you did, so I'm not getting the violation, Janet. Janet, he said it. That's not my violation.
I guess what, in general, about this area and recruiting this area stands out to you, and how important is it to, let's say maybe bring in somebody that can be a headliner locally and kind of set that tone?
Okay, so the player that you said behind you, that I'm not saying her name, was very happy because was leaving here to go to Arizona. So now when I came here, she was excited as ever. But I think that the first thing is the city is great. So everything is here. So you have the WNBA, you have the NBA, you have a life. But what I love about this place is, what I love about SMU is, it's a big city where everything's close, but then it's a small town feel right here. So that matters, because some people don't like a huge city, but it doesn't feel like that when you're on campus. So when you have and also it's easy to get to, which is a huge recruiting point, because you can get anywhere in a couple hours from Dallas, driving or flying. It's a hub. So all of those things lead to it just being easy. And the last thing is recruiting in your backyard. I mean, for me to be able to go 20 minutes to like tremendous talent, that's unheard of. I mean, I had to get on a flight and go 2 hours for talent before. So just logistically where it's at, how it's easy to get to, and then an amazing city with the fourth biggest media market and all the resources here. So Fortune 500 companies. So I guess my question is, what isn't here? What doesn't Dallas have? So I think this is a hotbed. I think a sleeping giant for sure.
Coach Jacob Richmond, Lone Star Live. Welcome to Dallas.
Thank you.
I wonder if you could talk a little bit about what kinds of players, what do you look for, what attributes you're looking for in players, and how will that translate onto the product that you put on the court?
Yeah, so I like high basketball IQ. Obviously, you want everything, but I like smart players. I like athleticism and size because we play a pro style. We are very aggressive defensively. Like in the pros, you can't sit back in a pack line or a zone. So aggressive man-to-man, and just good people. I think it's more about the people than the place. I think, yes, you need to win. But if you don't have the right people, you're not going to win anyways. You get the best player that's not a good player, it kills your chemistry. So the right people, athletic, smart, connectors, and for me, tenacious, like blue collar, not afraid to do the little things. And I think that's how I played. I was not skilled. Like, I was not. But I played. You weren't going to outplay me. You weren't going to outwork me. You may jump, everybody jumped higher. But the little things. So I like players like that, intrinsically motivated, with a motor, and then good people, because I want to like who I coach.
I'd like to thank